What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is the host of the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast. Yours truly, I am Warren Marlowe, American Prodigy, the Captain America of Wrestling. You name it, guys. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn. All of that. You follow us on all of that. Obviously, you guys on all audio platforms as well, except Pandora. We literally are very heavily shout out to Good Pods and all our listeners on Good Pods. We are now ranked number 3 in top pro wrestling podcasts, and most importantly, we are in the top 50 listens as right now. We went from the 100 listens down to the top 50s. The list keeps growing and progressing up for the Good Pod. So shout out to all our listeners and downloads and ratings and all of that on that platform, and most importantly on every platform that we're on: Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Podchaser, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Buzzsprout. I mean, the list goes on, man. Just truly, honestly, cannot thank everyone enough. Y'all doing that keeps me going, keeps me doing these things and all the time. So, man, it's obviously fun. Obviously, guys, check out the merch. Go to Bonfire Shop /bonfire/buzzing with Marlowe, and you can go and get you some awesome merch. Obviously, you can see the hoodie. I had the hat on recently on the last episode. I had my hats, V-necks, tank tops, long sleeves. You know that. We also got coffee mugs as well. So go to our Bonfire Shop /buzzing with Marlowe, and you can get a nice little discount. If you put the promo code BUZZ20, and you get 10% off. But since it is the month of April, and guys, it is Autism Awareness Month. It's a thing in my family, big thing in my scenario, because I'm a parent of a child that is on the autism spectrum. I'm very, very big on supporting this thing. I mean, it's a beautiful thing itself, with having a child with autism and stuff, man. It's just crazy to see how developed these kids are in certain subjects and stuff. Like my son, loves fans, guys. As you could, let's see where I can. There it is. My son will just love the episode just from that being on there. No lie. My son can tell you the year of the fan, everything. Tell you how many times that thing spun, all that. And it's like his memory. It's like a comfort for his memory, because my son literally, his brain functions off of fans and comforts and stuff. I know it's crazy to say, but that is something that my son has been born and raised with. And that is something that we found out and realized that we needed to go get tested and see, like, really if he is on the autism border. And we found out he had tons of ways of being in the autism speculation, and literally with him being autistic is just so cool to see how developed he is in so many different things. And even most people, like, I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. And I want this to be acknowledgement to know that this is not a sickness. This is not something that is a disease. And that's something that most parents or whoever has it really feels with this. When we talk about, a foundation and stuff like that, it's religious. It's honestly just to get the word out and get it more known that, autistic kids are literally just like normal people. Autistic people are literally like normal people. I've seen people that work 9 to 5s that are autistic, and they're super, super great workers and stuff like that. So it's not a disease, and I want to really be acknowledged on that. But guys, as y'all know, today is Wednesday, so it's kind of weird that Buzzing with Marlowe's on, knowing that Commission Talks was on at 5 today. Shout out to my boy Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast, my boys Blackheart, Shiz the Blackheart, Linksy, and the Off the Top Ropes podcast mob was in the building. We were killing it on Commission this week. We had my boys KB, Tyler Starks, and the Queen of the Indies, Miss Courtney. And of course, man, it was always good to chop it up with them guys. It was so fun having that chat. And I think it was really cool just to have a lot of fun laughters and have a mix of just all kinds of craziness in one episode. So shout out to them on that, man. It was super fun. Definitely would love to have them back on in the near future. And shout out to Blackheart itself and his network as well for having the commission on there as well. So, guys, we've got a lot of fun things to talk about today. As y'all can see the banner, I'm super excited about doing this. I had a guest today, but sadly, things happen and, show must go on. But we are doing a part 1 today, and we're going to do a part 2 tomorrow with the guest that I have for tomorrow. So it was going to be for today, but it is for tomorrow now. Probably the same time. We don't know totally for sure. This was like a last-minute planning at first, but it's going to be some fun, man. I got a lot of great things to talk about real in regards to this because, I don't really get a lot of jewelry and stuff, and my wife got me this on our cruise. If y'all could see that right there, it says Tony Stark on it. This was one of the best things I've ever gotten. Iron Man, I'm big on Marvel, big on superheroes and stuff like that. If anybody knows, that's how American Project got on. And it's not based off of Deadpool. I literally told the designer that made my mask, I wanted Power Rangers meet Captain America. And it got out, and not even a month later before I debuted, Deadpool movie comes out. So that's what happens with that. But I am so big Marvel. I'm super excited to just talk about everything that's going on with the upcoming Marvel saga itself. There's a lot of crazy speculations. There's a lot of crazy things that have been going up to the build. I have some doubts on some things just because how big, monumental, in my opinion, Endgame was itself. Endgame was so freaking great. Just the way it was, it felt like that was the peak. But guys, I'm super excited about today. We're going to talk about the upcoming movies. We're going to talk about upcoming features and everything that's going to happen with Phase 5. So, guys, here's a little sample of the clip. I got a clip right now that's going to kind of present out to build in to get ready for Phase 5. Hope y'all enjoy. Man, let me tell y'all, this guy right here was the one I doubted for a moment. I was really curious to see what's going to happen with him. And man, I got to say, this man is playing a great, great villain. As y'all can tell, there's so many upcoming features right now. There's a lot of new characters that we're getting presented out this upcoming phase. I'm big on Captain America. I'm big on Iron Man. I'm big on Thor. I'm big on Hulk. All those guys. I just felt like I don't know how they're going to continue to grow and how they're going to continue to go. And needless to say, man, after Ant-Man and Wasp, woof, wow, a presentation of Kang was perfect at its finest. Kang, and obviously there's a lot of different versions of Kang. And that's something that we're going to have to get used to into this saga is Kang being introduced into all these multiverses and stuff like that. So we can go round off and talk about, we have so many upcoming things that are coming up with this. Obviously, we've got the big upcoming one, Thunderbolts. I'm not very familiar with fully on everything about Thunderbolts. I've had some people explain some of this. My guest tomorrow is going to be a big fan talking about Thunderbolts. So we could have him on and he's going to explain Thunderbolts out and stuff like that. All I know is, Black Widow's sister is in it. The guy that played the the 2.0 Captain America in the Captain America and Bucky saga that happened on Disney Plus, as you could tell, he's in this one as well. There's so many built into that one. You got Echo, Ghost Rider, stuff like that. So, and they've also got Red Hulk as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they're going to do with Thunderbolts. As you could tell, a little bit another feature of that. Those are some of the upcoming possibilities with this. But I'm super excited about this, how we're going to build into this, because this is going to be the build into Avengers 5. That's right, guys. Avengers 5. I mean, it's so crazy to see that they're going to continue to grow this thing, keep it going out. I'm ready. I'm ready to see what's going to happen with this, because it's going to be the detail of just the trial and errors to see how real Marvel is getting to get in more in depth into these storylines. Obviously, we're going to see more of Captain Marvel. I feel like we're going to see more of a lot of different characters. I think Spider-Man is supposed to be the big marquee guy into this story. You got the Eternals, you got Doctor Strange, you've got maybe Thor. Obviously, we're going to have Jane in this as well, because obviously we know from Thor, the recent Thor movie, Jane passed away, but she is not fully. Now she's able to be one of the gods apparently and stuff now. So it's so many different storylines that you got with this scenario. And obviously, like I said, we got the Thunderbolts, as you could see, a good scenario, what that's going to bring into that. But this one right here, I want to talk about Kang for a little bit. We got slowly introduced to Kang into Loki in the new season of Loki season 1. The ending was pretty interesting to see. It was crazy to see Loki being shook in a way. Like Loki looked like he was terrified in a way, and it was because of Kang. And obviously, you saw Kang not reacting, but to tell a story of all his, variants and stuff like that. And that's going to be a variants that are more people that are him. And obviously, we saw in the closing ending scene of Ant-Man and Wasp was so many Kangs as in one multiverse, and that was going to be the new takeover moment. So obviously, we're going to see Kang very highly in Phase 5. I think that's going to be like one of the big things that's going to be introduced. So when we get to Avengers 5, you're going to see Kang just be a reckless son of a gun and just destroy so much. I mean, if you think about it, look at what we did with the Marvel saga. And when we introduced Thanos came into this thing, and my goodness, a way you present a bad guy, Thanos went in there and beat Thor, beat Hulk with no hesitation, and he didn't even have his gauntlet. Like literally all he had was the gauntlet. He didn't have the stones that he used on anything regarding Hulk. Like he literally was just that wrecking ball and beat the living daylights out of Hulk. Hulk was scared of Thanos. Like, as you remember in Infinity War, Hulk didn't want to come back out for a while. And then obviously with Endgame, it was so cool of a twist, because all these guys that we have built in for so long, for 7 years, watching these guys build to this scenario, and they've lost. And they were really defeated, and kind of like how we see hard times at times and stuff like that. So it was really interesting to see that storyline, and just basically they had to go and change the timeline. And not only did they kill Thanos, which it didn't benefit anything after everything, but they went back in time, changed the scenarios, changed what happened, lost Black Widow, lost Tony Stark, which I thought that was a very different character standpoint, because they always said Tony Stark always put himself first over anyone, and that legitimately said differently in that film, because it literally said proof Tony has a heart. And that was a very touching moment to me. And then when we got to talk about phase 5, the built-in was obviously Disney Plus, which was a great presentation. They did all these series on Disney Plus to get you prepared for phase 5 and get you in tune to get figured out, okay, you're going to have to watch these series to be into this. And, when they first put Loki together, you were just like, okay, what is this? This has got to be the timeline Loki that escaped with the stone. I think it was, yeah, escape with the cube. And so you were wondering what's going to happen with that guy. And then you see Loki, the series. And I got to admit, I was really shocked at how good that was. Loki was very good from episode 1 all the way to the end. I thought it was very good. WandaVision, at first, I really was thinking I'm watching a Hello Lucy episodes. The black and white thing was just not for me. I really was just like lost, trying to figure out what was going on. And then like the little snippets at the end. And then when they started going back to the normal color and then realizing that she changed the world just so she could have vision in her life and have what her always a dream of is having a family. And you saw the stuff that she had to go through. And then you saw the presentation of Agatha, which Agatha is about to have her own series as well. So there's so many different things that are about to happen. And it's so crazy to see what's the next build. We're going to take a quick commercial break, guys. And when we come back, we're going to just talk about the announcements of stuff. And then we're going to start maybe looking at some of the scenes and stuff from possible trailers. I'm not going to get hit with copyright or anything like that. So it's just going to be like 2 different things that we might be able to watch the trailer on or maybe not. Like I said, I just don't want to get hit with copyright. But there's so many different things we've got to talk about. And guys, I can't wait to do it. But we're going to go to this quick commercial break. And when we come back, guys, we're going to be getting into phase 5. Y'all better be ready because it's going to be very, 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 very interesting. So, guys, stay tuned, man, because it's going to be pretty cool. I got to tell you. Just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I got something great objects for you, man. If you don't like them pre-workout jitterless crazy things or those crazy energy drinks that just make you just feel crazy inside, I've got a great product. Introducing Dubby. That's right, jitterless energy, guys. Cheaper than a can. Obviously, we got some bottles. You can go on the website and get you some stickers. And most importantly, guys, you can also get some awesome clothing apparel. Just go to Dubby.com. That is DUBBY.com and type in the promo code Buzzing with Marlo and you get 10% off on your purchase.
Viewer discretion is advised, but will be completely ignored.
Brian B. Check it out from the Beeline Web Show and the Beeline Entertainment Show over there on YouTube. That's right. Check us out Tuesdays and Thursday nights. And make sure you check out my boy Warren Marlowe on the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast. It's incredible, man. We always talking that wrestle talk and everything else under the sun. That's just what we do. But make sure Tuesdays, Thursdays, 9 p.m. The Beeline Entertainment LLC is where it's at, baby. Make sure I see you there.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Ain't nobody in this motherfucker. These bitches all in my DM, texting them back was good, but I ain't really trying to see them. Wait.
All right, guys, as y'all can tell, man, I'm ready to rock and roll. It is going to be crazy. Man, I'm so excited about this phase coming up. So, guys, here is what phase 5 is got in tune for all of us. I'm so freaking excited about this, man. I'm so freaking ready. Oh, my goodness. All right, guys, as y'all can tell, we have got plenty of different type of things coming up. Oh, sorry. All right, so we got Ant-Man Quantumania. We have the Guardians of the Galaxy. We have Loki 2, Season 2, guys. We're even getting the big anticipation of Blade. Obviously, we're getting the own series of Agatha. We are going to get, guys, the Captain America, the New World Order. I'm excited about that one. Obviously, guys, we got the show I'm pretty much excited for is Secret Invasion. That is going to be super insane. We're going to see what has been going on with Nick Fury. Why has he been gone? Why has everything, he's everywhere. Like, obviously, we saw on Spider-Man, we thought Nick Fury was there. We thought his assistant was there. And then we're finding out it was not really him. It was one of the, those troll things. So it's literally just so many different elements that they got coming up with this. We've got Echo. If y'all don't know who Echo is, watch the Hawkeye, the series Hawkeye. The one that was deaf and that really couldn't talk, that is Echo. And I've found out as well. So Echo is also going to be a part of Thunderbolts and stuff. So that's going to be something interesting. Obviously, we've got the Marvels. The new trailer just came out. I gotta say, it's really, really cool. Really freaking cool. I'm not even gonna lie on. Monica Rambeau, you've got Captain, and then we have Miss Marvel as well. Like, those were really cool to see. And it's also gonna bring a different audience and visual. Shout out to Disney and Marvel for presenting Miss Marvel, what they did with that, and showed like a Pakistani audience and stuff like that. That was super cool to see. The show was dope. I'm really cool to see what elements they're going to bring into this and what Marvel's itself is going to bring in 3 different worlds into one show. I think that's going to be really interesting to see. Of course, guys, we got Ironheart. If you watched Wakanda Forever, you saw the girl that is going to be the new Ironheart. And I think that's going to be interesting to see. Maybe we're going to find out the introduction of how she got into what she is and how she got to be, into the Stark stuff and really present and see what is next after the Iron Man saga. Obviously, guys, they're bringing back Daredevil. If you remember, we saw the guy himself, Murdoch, in She-Hulk. And it was really cool to see him introduced into that. So I guess that's how they introduced him to get him prepared for that. And then, of course, we got the upcoming Thunderbolts. And that's going to be a very, very exciting thing to watch as well. So there's so many different things we got coming up. It's crazy to see what's going to be the builds for these. So we got a couple of pictures. I'm going to really just try to look at some of the things. Obviously, we got this really cool looking Spider-Man. I think that's going to be an upcoming film that they're going to be doing in the Marvel saga or Sony saga as well. Obviously, they're going to introduce little Miss herself, Black Cat, into the saga. I mean, it's about time. I think that, Spider-Man, Black Cat, I think that's been two big things that they needed to present for a while, obviously with Gwen and stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting to see what they would do with that. Obviously, I think it would be cool in the Tom Holland visual, but it'll be really exciting to see what's going to transpire and what's going to happen with everything in the Spider-Man saga and stuff like that. Obviously, we got, yes, sir, Mr. Ghost Rider. I think it's going to show another presentation of him. If I remember correctly, guys, I think the rumor has it could either be Keanu Reeves or the guy that played in The Walking Dead. That's right. It's going to be pretty exciting to see what can happen with that. As you can see, we also got the Keanu Reeves version as well. Let me know in your comments, though, who do you think should be playing as the Ghost Rider? Obviously, the one that we all seen is Nicolas Cage. Wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't really care for it, even though I'm a big fan of Eva Mendes and stuff like that, and I just did not really feel it. I didn't get so connected into that film. Nicolas Cage is a great actor. I just didn't feel like it was fit for him. Obviously, we got Venom. Obviously, Venom's going to be a big talk about, in the upcoming Spider-Man saga. The biggest talk is, where is Eddie Brock going to go? Where is he going to be in? Is he going to be in the Tom Holland Spider-Man visual? Is he going to be in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man saga? Or will we see Tobey Maguire having a great villain again, even though we've already seen Venom in the Tobey Maguire era? So I don't think that would even qualify. But it could possibly happen. You never know. There's so many different ways that they can do with Venom, man. I'm ready for it. If y'all didn't see Venom 2, I don't know what to tell you. Woody Harrelson did a great job playing Carnage, and it was more of a comedy standpoint. It wasn't like, if your kids get scared of the guy, whatever. It was pretty funny in most ways. I think it was a very funny film. I thought it could be a lot more scary at times, but it really was good. Really good movie. But, man, I'm super excited. Obviously, Spider-Man's got the big build-up for so many different things. Look at that one. The Sinister Six. I think that's going to be a pretty cool presentation of, the upcoming for Spider-Mans. I think we could also bring back, Andrew Garfield and Tom Maguire once again and build into what was going to happen. I would love to see them in the Avengers. I thought that was pretty funny in the scene, where Tom Maguire was like, I don't want to brag, guys, but I was in the Avengers. And they're like, awesome. Is that a band? I thought that was pretty cool. And it stayed with the timeline that they're from. That's one thing I did love about the films. They didn't make it to where it was going to be killed off or make it kind of like wishy-washy. I thought it was really cool that they stuck with what generation they were in. And it kind of just reminded me, things with wrestling and movies and stuff like that, is how different things have been presented in so many different ways. So I love the fact that they kept that thing on the shell to protect it, and it did not kill it, didn't do any harm. I thought that was really cool, talking about the Avengers, and they were like, is that a band? And I thought that was pretty funny. But there's so many cool things that have got going on with just Marvel itself. I'm super excited about, the presentation of the mutants. I'm going to be excited about that, guys, because if anybody knows me, when it regards to superheroes, X-Men was my number one go-to. I don't care what anyone says. You can laugh at me all you want. Wolverine and Cyclops were my guys. I love those guys. That's what got me into superheroes, man. No lie. Wolverine and Cyclops were my guys, man. Okay, whatever that. But I mean, there's so many cool things, with Spider-Man. We got with the upcoming with Avengers 5. There's going to be so many exciting things, man. I am so pumped to see what's going to transpire, what's going to happen. It's crazy, how we're keeping up with this build and how they're going to continue after that high peak, from Endgame and stuff. And I've always been wondering what's next. What are they going to do? And me watching Ant-Man and Wasp, I'm going to just say this now, guys. It was one of the best Ant-Man movies I've seen. The reason why I say it is because it was an in-depth story about Kang. And that was the coolest thing about it. I thought the way to bring Kang in was perfect, how they did it in Ant-Man. And he looked so destructive. Like, honestly, he did not look weak against Ant-Man. And I thought that was really freaking awesome, because that was something I was really like struggling with at first. The ending of it, I was like, did he really die? Like, what happened with that? And then obviously you saw 3 different endings. The first one obviously was to get the presentation of all the Kangs in one. Obviously there was another one built in for Thunderbolts. I think that's the big film that they're really getting acknowledged out right now. And of course, as we could all know, the last one was the built-in for Loki season 2, which I'm so ready to see Loki season 2. I really thought the way that they brought Kang in was perfect, to the T of how Kang was just calm, collective, was getting under their skin, but wasn't like provocatively attacking them. It was just preparing them and warning them like, hey, this is your choice. You are the ones that are going to dictate the future of what's going to happen. You see, Thanos came in here, dominated so many different things, and y'all couldn't do nothing about it. Y'all had to change the timeline to fix all of that. That's where you got in trouble, because now this is where I'm involved, and this is where my variants are involved, and this is your choice. You could either kill me, and what I've predicted is going to happen, or you can listen to what I'm saying and embrace it. And obviously we saw Sophie at the end stab Kang, and he said, I'll be seeing you soon. And so that really struck in the ending. And then when Loki was just nervous, insanely nervous at the end, I think that was the coolest thing about the whole transition. Like, Loki was very scared. And then when you saw the ending of Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumanium, you saw what Kang is capable of. And I think that was the thing that really is going to tell an audience of what's going on. What's up, Kang? How you doing, man? Kang the Destroyer, ladies and gentlemen, is in the house. Kang, what's up, my boy? What's up, man? Are you excited about Marvel Phase 5, man? Is there any real big films that you're excited for regarding Marvel, man? We're talking about Phase 5, my friend. I had a guest on today, but like I said, things happened and it had to be switched. So this is part 1, and part 2 will be tomorrow. I'll have my guest from the Geeking Out Loud podcast, Tyrel Peterson. Very big Marvel nerd guy, very big on Marvel. And it's really cool to explain a lot of things. I was really excited for him to explain about Thunderbolts, because that's something that he's really built and ready to, more excited to see. And I wanted more explaining about it, because I mean, I'm interested in it. I don't really know much fully about Thunderbolts itself, but I'm really interested to see what it's built, because obviously that's supposed to be the next big build film that they're trying to get in. So really tune in tomorrow for part 2 as well, because I'll have Tyrel Peterson on, and we can really talk about the Thunderbolts and upcoming stuff that's going on. But Kane, man, welcome to the chat, man. Hope you're doing well. And like I said, man, is there any big films that you're looking for, man? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, what you think about it? Have you seen the Ant-Man or anything like that, man? I really want some other people's perspectives on them, because I'm tired of hearing all these movie critics people, because they're just crapping on every film that's made nowadays. And no offense, guys, I'm a big Rock fan or whatever, but I love Black Adam. I don't know why people are not liking this film. I don't know why people are crapping on it. It's the same thing with Mario. I like that film as well. I don't know why they're crapping on it. Ant-Man, I think a lot of people said it was just not the film that they expected. I think they said it was too comedic or stuff like that. But I think it needed it, especially for like the drastic times that it was going through, with Kane being just destructible as could be, and Kane tricking Scott in so many different ways and forcing him to give him what he wanted. And then obviously Scott at the end was just like, hey, I'm not going to let you out, but I'm going to let myself in. And you see obviously what was the concept at the very end. And I think that was the cool thing where Scott was questioning, like, hey, did I kill him or is he still out there? But he's like, hey, I beat Thanos. I beat Kang. I'm good. So I think we're not going to see anything with Scott Lang until maybe after. I say the big film I think would probably be Thunderbolts. I think he might show up in that. I'm not sure. Definitely in Thor. I think he'll show up in Thor. Maybe in Guardians. I'm not sure. But I do want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. That movie looks splendidly good. Obviously, we're going to see where Rocket came from. I think that's going to be the biggest transition. They're going to see why Rocket is the way he is. Quill. A lot of people call him the biggest villain since Infinity War. But obviously, guys, love can make you do so many different things. I mean, all of us can relate to something. When you get attached to something, it makes you make choices that sometimes are not always great. Quill, apparently, Gamora caused him to kill half the planet. So she got him. But obviously, we're going to see Guardians 3 to where we're going to see what is the after effects with everything going on. Obviously, we saw the Christmas special. I thought it was great. I thought it was pretty cool to see Kevin Bacon in it. And shout out to Batista and that crew, man. They killed it. That was pretty funny in so many ways. I remember it was so funny when Kevin Bacon revealed that he was in movies and stuff, and they were just like, an actor, yuck. What kind of such a thing? That is so, how could you imposter yourself that way? It was so funny. I thought it was pretty classically well done with them. Obviously, James Gunn producing this last Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously, Batista has officially said Drax is no more. He is not playing as Drax. Absolutely no more. I guess he's tired of being shirtless in Marvel film. I don't fully know, honestly. He said, I think that was a big thing for him. I think he was tired of getting the paint put on him. So I don't know if they maybe just let him, have Drax go in the sun and have some more color on him or something. I don't know what he would agree to on this, because he agrees to a lot of crazy things. He's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. He's a great actor, but some of the creative ability that he has, it just doesn't connect with the film. There's a couple of films I really question him in so many ways. But obviously, Drax is no more. Obviously, we're going to find out what's going to happen with Quill. Obviously, at the ending trailer, I think Manta was holding Quill. Nebula was holding Quill. And I think that's the big thing. I think in the end, maybe Quill passes away. We don't know. But it is the final Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that is the craziest thing about it, because they were supposed to be in Avengers 5. I do know that for a fact. I do know the fact that Guardians of the Galaxy was supposed to definitely be dead set in the Avengers 5. But the cast is done. They are not going back to return. They did this last film, and that's it. I think the biggest thing about Guardians of the Galaxy, the introduction of Adam Warlock, because Adam Warlock is going to be one of the main factors in Avengers, in the upcoming saga and stuff like that. So I'm going to show y'all a picture of Adam Warlock. That one's going to be pretty interesting. If you remember the movie, I'm trying to remember what the movie's called. I think it was Vacation. Was it Vacation? Dang, I'm trying to remember. What was it? I think it was Vacation. I think it was. I'm trying to remember that movie. Such a good movie, though. The nerdy kid, though. Adam Warlock, guys, is this guy. Homeboy put on pounds, weight, and size and got you to be a presented badass, bro. That's the best way to put it. This man became a badass, boy. This man right here, boy. Adam Warlock. If y'all don't remember this nerdy kid, man, he's the one that was on the movie with the guy from The Hangover and Jennifer Aniston. And you know where they made that fake family to smuggle weed, a big amount of weed through the U.S. and stuff like that. So it was a really funny movie. I can't remember the name right now, which is crazy to me. But this is Adam Warlock. I feel like this is going to be the big build. They've been building this up for Guardians of the Galaxy for such a long time. And now we're getting Adam Warlock, guys. If you don't know who Adam Warlock is, man, go research this out. This guy is going to be one main factor into the saga, flat out. I mean, that's the best way I could put it, man. This guy is a weapon. This guy is super strong. This guy is basically Superman. He is Superman in Marvel form. He is the guy. He is the man that runs the place, if anybody knows that reference. But, man, I'm looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy. I might see if I can get a trailer. Let's see if I can get a trailer without getting copyright. That would be the biggest thing. But we might have to check on that. But Guardians 5 coming out. Guardians 3 coming out. That's going to be the last one. That's going to be a sad moment at ways. I really thought it was cool to see kind of a different audience standpoint when it came to Guardians of the Galaxy. When obviously, you know, Chris Pratt starting it out, Chris Pratt literally lost so much weight, put himself in the best shape he's ever been in to be Peter Quill and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool to see what he did to get to that. Seeing Batista become Drax the Destroyer, see Bradley Cooper being the voice of Rocket, seeing Zoe Saldana being Gamora, and Nebula and Manta, and obviously the big fan favorite Groot, and that being the voice of Vin Diesel. That's still the craziest thing. I am Groot, and that's all Vin had to ever say. So obviously Vin had the easiest lines ever. But it's going to be really cool to see what's going to happen with just the Guardians of the Galaxy. What is that going to leave over to build into Avengers 5? I'm really hoping, really hoping we're going to get a Captain America episode, a series or movie. I don't care which one we get, when Captain America goes back on the timeline and brings back the Infinity Stones and see what it affected and what it did when he brought them back, what he had to go through to give them back and stuff like that. I want to see his encounter with Red Skull. That was his big rivalry, and seeing Red Skull on that mountain and seeing everything over there. I really want to see what happened with that. Obviously, all of us that are real legit Marvel fans, you wanted to see Bucky grab the gauntlet. You wanted to see Bucky be the guy that took the shield. Question, guys, what did y'all think about the Captain America and Bucky series on Disney Plus? What was y'all's reactions on it? How did y'all feel about it? And seeing Sam Wilson being the new Captain America and going through a lot of trials and stuff and be like, this ain't for me. I should not be this guy. And then you get a Captain America 2.0, and needless to say, it didn't go well for that guy. And it was just like, became that super soldier and he became a weapon. And then when you witness killing somebody, that's when he started questioning and underestimating his talents and if he really should be the true Captain America. And then when the rug got took it under his feet, and he's presented this new character, great Captain Britain, and now he's going to be a part of the Thunderbolts. So what are some of y'all's opinions on that, man? Y'all leave some answers in the comments, man. Y'all let me know. We're going to only be on here for like an hour at the most. Just to have a cool little chat, talk about some Marvel and stuff. Like I said, guys, I had a guest today. It had to, like I said, life happens. That's why it's kind of hard, doing live episodes at times, because you got these planned episodes, and then when you don't have a guest, and it's just like, But hey, man, the show goes on. That's something I always preach on. Every setback makes a comeback, and I think keep going with it. I mean, I've got a good knowledge with Marvel. I've got a good finale, but I want to know more in depth. My guest that was going to be on today was going to talk about, the comics and stuff. Like, he is so big into this stuff. He's really was teaching me about Marvel and a lot of things like I didn't realize. So obviously there's so many different visuals, like how we watch it on the movies and what we see on cartoons and the comics and stuff like that. So really want to get more in depth talking about that. That's going to be tomorrow. But guys, like I said, it's only going to be an hour episode. This won't take much longer at the time. I want to thank everybody for coming on today. This was pretty cool little chat. We have a little, rant just talking about, Marvel. I mean, there's a lot of cool things coming up. The new trailer for the Miss Marvels came out. I actually want to see if I can watch it. We're going to have to take it off of YouTube, though. We're going to have to cut off YouTube if we're going to be able to show it. I don't want to get hit with copyright or anything like that. But guys, man, I'm super excited just for the new upcoming phase. Leave y'all's answers in the comments. Let me know what is one big movie that you're excited for. I mean, a lot of people talk about Blade being presented in the Marvel standpoint. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I really believe Wesley Snipes could have still played as Blade. I hope he's involved in the story. That's the biggest thing I want to see. Spider-Man. Couldn't say less. I can't say anything else on it, man. It's so cool how relevant that's still going every single movie. Far Away Home, I mean, the one where he was like in London or whatever, it was a okay one. I was really shocked about how it didn't feel like a Spider-Man film to me. And then with the Mysterio thing with Jake Gyllenhaal, I started getting better that way, but it was really on a rough start for me at first. I thought it could have really went more dark for Peter, not having Tony. And that's like his father, his mentor and stuff like that. And, that was something I really was hoping they would got more in depth with and got to like where Peter was really questioning everything about himself. He wants to be the next Peter Parker and be the next superhero, but not the next Iron Man. And I feel like that's something that we got to witness with that. But I've got a little dry. But guys, like I said, there's a lot of cool things coming up. We got Loki, this little season 2 that's going to be coming up really, really soon. Actually, let's put that back up right now. Let's go ahead and put that back up. Let's go ahead and get Phase 5 announcements, the release dates. All right. Let's see what we got. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Had a lot of stuff planned on this. It's just, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. I got it now. All right. Bear with me, guys. Sorry. Not the background. Oh, man. As y'all can hear my family in the background. Oh, man. Daddy life, man, never stops. It never stops. Oh, man. What a day. What a day. All right. I guess it's not. I would have to do it on my phone. All right. So let's go ahead and do it this way. All right. All right, guys. As you can tell right here, we have obviously the Ant-Man and Wasp was out February 17th. We have the Guardians of the Galaxy, the final one, May 5th of 2003. We're going to have Loki season 2 this summer. We've got Blade November 5th, 20. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see. Then obviously in the winter time, we're going to get Agatha. And obviously I'm looking forward to May 8th, 2024, Captain America, New World Order. I think that's going to be super, super exciting. We get in the spring. I'm ready to see the Secret Invasion. That is going to be super, super fun to see. Obviously, we got this summer coming out. We got Echo. We have Captain the Marvels. That one, the new trailer just came out for that, and that's going to be out in July. Obviously, that one's literally this summer, so that's going to be really cool to see. We got Ironheart coming out this fall. We've got in the spring of 2024 Daredevil, and the big anticipation Thunderbolts coming out in 2024. Man, I don't know about y'all, man. This is going to be something interesting to see. And obviously, they announced with Phase 5 and Phase 6. There is one video they have not revealed. I want to know what y'all think, what it could be. Obviously, they announced that they are doing the Fantastic Four. That is going to be a big, big one right there. I'll say my reference. Fantastic Four is like what Vince McMahon tried to reenact the XFL. That is one of the ones that's been a major no. And obviously they tried to remake it, and it was really a really big letdown in my opinion. So the big anticipation of them doing Fantastic Four, it's going to transition into the Avengers. As you could tell, May 2nd, 2025, we will get Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. I don't know what to tell y'all. That is going to be super, super. Oh my gosh, that is going to be so big. It's insane. And any Marvel fan itself, when you see Avengers Secret War, that just says it all. We all expected the Secret War when obviously they were doing the Infinity Saga and when they were doing the Endgame and stuff like that. That is what we expected when we see Secret War. Secret War includes X-Men. It includes all Marvel superheroes. That's going to be super exciting to see, man. I am so stoked to see what's going to happen with Marvel, what's going to be the updating things. That's what's going to go happen. So shout out to Tyrel Peterson for making this awesome. As you can tell right there. But guys, I want to thank everybody for joining today. If you are new to the channel, man, make sure you like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, all of that. We are there on all social media platforms. Type in @Buzzing with Marlo. Type it in Google, man. Google will show you every single one that we are on. You know what? I'll just do it for you. How about this, man? Let's go. As y'all can tell, man. Let's go to all. We don't need to do them. As you can see, man, we're on Spotify, Podbay, Pod News, Audible, Apple, Spotify for podcasters. Obviously, you can see us on Facebook. You're seeing us on a Facebook right now. We got it on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. Obviously, you see us on YouTube. Rephonic, I've never heard of that one, but hey, let's go with it. We're on Tumblr, guys. Still getting used to putting it on Tumblr, guys. I'm just bear with me on it. Twitter, obviously SoundCloud, Boomplay, TikTok. I'm really getting more into TikTok, guys. I'm putting out more content as I can, more shots than anything. Player FM radio, already advertising my episode, my 99th episode with my boy Wesley McRoberts, aka Less Fortunate, aka the guy that I stepped in the ring one-on-one with for my very first time back in the ring. Was a great, cool thing. Obviously, we were on Buzzsprout, Listen Notes. Let's see what else. Amazon. There we go. We're on Amazon Music. Podcast Addict. Shout out to the Sensibly Cynical podcast. Sean and them, man, they do an awesome job. And also, man, y'all look at all these little cool images, man. We putting out a lot of stuff, man. So it's just really cool that you can Google this thing. I'm not just known for wrestling. I'm not just known for my basketball skills and stuff like that I was in the past. It's cool to really show that I'm making something with this podcast and stuff. And I'm not even have to put, hey, I'm in Florida or something like that. That's something that I really think is really freaking cool. But guys, I want to thank everybody for listening today. All my little crazy banters, man, was super fun today. Yes, sir. Kofi Weaston, what's up, my friend? What's up, man? Yes, sir. We are live today. Kofi, I hope you're doing well, man. Definitely got to get you back on soon, man. Definitely going to have to talk about getting you back on the Commission Talks episodes. Those were some fun ones. And even more importantly, man, so we can definitely get you back on with a Buzzing with Marlo episode, man. I know you got a cool things going, man. Shout out to the Dirty Hills podcast, man. They've got awesome content. I know y'all have got so much content from last week's or the last 2 weeks in regards to wrestling, because, you know, wrestling was just everywhere. And I mean, you couldn't blink and turn left and right. There was always a wrestling show going on that week. Yes, sir, Kofi. We're definitely going to have to get it up, man. We're going to have to link up real soon. But guys, I want to thank everybody for joining today, man. This was a great, fun episode. Like I said, this was something new. I know a lot of people expect me to always talk about wrestling stuff, but Marvel is one of the true things to my heart. Second to none. I have two things when it becomes my wrestling character, Marvel and wrestling. Those were two entwined things to build who I became for so long. But, man, I want to thank everybody for joining. Like I said, this was part 1. Part 2 is tomorrow with Tyrel Peterson from the Geeking Out Loud podcast. Definitely going to have fun with that one tomorrow. Stay tuned to that. But, guys, want to thank everybody for joining tonight. It was a fun time, you know, a little session, stuff like that. We're definitely going to have some upcoming things going on in the near future. I'm probably going to bring some of my boys that I have secretly been, you know, keeping under the radar. I want to kind of probably bring them out on the show. We're going to have some new segments coming up. I think we're going to have a segment called the Indie Spotlight. I think we're going to do something different with that. Maybe do a certain night where I bring one of my old wrestling friends on and we either watch an old Raw, old SmackDown, or even an old independent wrestling match or whatever, and just watch it out and see it as a visual of a wrestler. And I think y'all would be really impressed to see how we watch wrestling compared to, you know, just a fan standpoint. So definitely would be something cool to do. We're also going to plan some watch-alongs in the near future. I want to do a watch-along with a movie. I'm going to probably throw some movies out. Maybe we'll watch like an old Avengers movie, an old, you know, Power Rangers film or whatever. I know new Power Rangers coming out real soon for Netflix. I really want to do a full-on show just talking about the Power Rangers. I mean, like I said, man, I'm a geek at heart, man. I'm a gym rat, geek, wrestler, all that, man. I'm all of that, man. I'm all around. You can't really just put me in one category. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us can relate to that. But, guys, I want to thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank y'all for watching. This was an awesome, fun episode. Like I said, guys, this was a quick one just to have fun. It was kind of I just wanted to, the saying, the show must go on. And like I said, this is part 1 of this episode tonight. Part 2 is tomorrow with my friend Tyrel Peterson. It's going to be really awesome to have that chat tomorrow. So guys, if you're a real big Marvel nerd and you're really excited for Phase 5, put in what you want to talk about, put in what you want us to say, and Tyrel might be the one to be the source to explain it for you. But guys, thank y'all for joining. I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be safe, man. Have a good night, guys.
Have you always aspired to be a professional wrestler? Do you think you have what it takes to step through these ropes and take your place among the immortals? Well, now you have an opportunity. Join us at the DCCW training facility at Harvest Ministries in McClenny, Florida. There you will be put to the test and challenged like you have never been challenged before. If you think you have what it takes, prove it to the world, but most importantly, prove it to yourself.
Does this help?
You know you gotta open the gate for him.
Hey! What's up? How's it going? Look at you! Doing here? I told you not to step. Look at you! I told you not to come here. Hey! I told you not to come here. I told you not to. Hey! Security! Security! Hey! Do not! Do not!
The princess guy has his phone still here. He got kicked out.